Welcome to the Commander Crew, a Magic the Gathering Commander YouTube channel where we ask the question, who's your commander?
We want to thank you for watching our videos. You can help support us by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and hitting the bell notification icon.
You can also go to thecommandercrew.com to check out our t-shirts, masks, pet hoodies, and other Commander Crew goodies.
If you want to buy any of the cards seen in this video, be sure to click our TCG player affiliate link in the show notes below.
Lastly, you can help us out by heading to our official Patreon page and becoming a direct supporter of the channel. Now let's
get to the video.
Oh no.
Alright, I'm going to keep this. Another too crazy. I do have a 3 visits and an Ash Baron, so that's going to help me out a little bit from there. Alright, today my commander is Hamza, Guardian of Arashin. 4 in Selesnya for a 5/5 Elephant Warrior. It costs 1 generic less to cast for each creature you control with a counter on it. Creature spells you control cost 1 less for each counter on it. Basically, it's kind of like that stupid thing, NMR, but for Selesnya, so it's pretty awesome. The top end of this deck is the Eldrazi, so I definitely want to see how that plays. I'm assuming everyone's going to scoop at that point, but we'll definitely see how that plays. My opponents today are Vandy616 playing Hapatra Vizier of Poisons, 2/2 black-green human cleric. When it deals combat damage to a player, you put a -1/-1 counter onto a creature. When one counter is put on a creature, create a snake with Death Touch. Basically, it's potentially infect, if not just -1 counters. We have Crazed Tanium playing Jor Kadeen, the Prevailer, 3 in Boros for a 5/4 first strike human warrior. Metalcraft, creature you control get +3/+0. And then we have Zano playing Brunner Battlehammer, 2 in Boros for a 5/3 dwarf warrior. Each creature you control gets +2/+0 for each equipment attached to it. And you may pay 0 rather than paying the equip cost of the first equip ability activated each turn. So if you get instant ability, it's pretty awesome from there. Alright, Castanium plays out a Temple of Triumph and then scries it to the top. Wow, I'll follow up with the exact same thing. Let's see how he goes from there. Well, he also puts it to the top of the library. But you sold the harvest, so I'm just gonna... Yeah, let's get the command tower down. I'm gonna hope that I draw some other future lands from that. Hit okay, and pass turn. So this deck's predominantly about just like getting as many low-end creatures on the battlefield that have 1/1 counters on them, cast out Hamza, and then just cast giant things for like serious value. Like I said earlier, I do have Eldrazi in this. I'm a little torn to see how people play with that. Generally, when people play Animar with Eldrazi, people are like, okay, we're done, and they scoop. So we'll see how that plays out at the top end. I'm assuming turn 5 or 6 I'll start going off, depending if the deck plays out well. Right now, I'm looking on a turn 8 probably, but we'll see how it goes. Right, Vandy plays a Dark Bloom Pathway. I mean, this passes the turn. Oh, Dark Boar. Alright, Craze plays a Plateau. It's always crazy seeing like those like OG dual lands on MTGO because they're so much cheaper online. Alright, plays into a Soul Ring. Let's see if there's any more artifacts after that. Probably get the Metalcraft ability going on pretty fast. Follows up with a Gear Shift Ace. I wonder if it's a vehicle. That'd be pretty cool if it's a vehicle deck. I'd definitely be down with that. Because those are usually a little bit slower. But definitely see how that plays. Alright, Zano plays the Plains, one of the newer ones, which I think a little difficult to see, but it's still pretty awesome. Let's see what he plays on this one. Plays a Boros Signet. Great start. When it comes back to my turn, I do get an It That Betrays. I'm going to need to get something that has the actual like counters on them, because right now I'm not really doing anything with this. Search for a forest, go to the Temple Garden, just put it in the battlefield, untapped. Well, I'll tap it down because I don't want to use the life right now, and just go from there. Okay, and he plays his Apatra on turn 2. I'm assuming Jor Kadeen's coming down right now. No, Assemble the Legion. Oh, it's a phenomenal card right there. Good thing I didn't use the Nature's Claim right away. Depending on what I draw, I'm probably just going to use the Nature's Claim on the Assemble because that's a phenomenal card. It really gets out of hand really fast, especially with Jor Kadeen. Alright, Zano plays the Mountain really quickly, so he's probably playing something out right away. Probably going to play out the Brunner. Yep, plays out his Brunner and just passes the turn probably right away. You got to watch out for Brunner because it definitely can get out really quickly. All right, I did get a Soul Ring. It's a great top deck right there. I'm gonna play the Soul Ring. I might want to play the Shalai, but I gotta watch out because the Assembly Legion is definitely right there. It's probably gonna come up pretty fast. Hamza is gonna cost a bit right now. Yeah, I'll just get down the Shalai because I could always use. Yeah, it's fine. Get the Shalai out there just so I have a blocker in a sense to watch out for certain things. Heaven be like Zano over here just goes crazy with his like a Voltron style. Alright, Vandy plays a Jun Panorama. Love those cards. Who plays an what is it? We have an Eternal guy, puts a counter on things. That's a good little guy. It's definitely a more lower power level right there, but it's still a really solid card because you gotta be able to get creatures on the thing as well. Alright, so he plays out a mountain. Let's see if he plays any other cards, because obviously the odd Emmet Eternal can definitely like die with one rotation. I might just obviously like let it go through, just so we can get more counters on certain creatures and whatnot. Okay, Solemn Simulacrum. Okay, we got an Evolving Wilds, the newer art. So, Crazy is legit living by his name. Let's see what Bruner's going to do on the following now. We've got to watch out for that now. Cast Masks of Memory. Good. Alright, put the token. This is pretty cool, like how I'm probably going to let the Emit go through because at this point, he's getting some serious value out of it. It's pretty awesome. Alright, so Mask is out. He's probably gonna come swing at me. It'd probably just be the best bet, but I probably would just kill it at this point. Alright, I got a Fumigate. That's a good top deck right there. Hamza this costs 6. I only have 5. Maybe at this point just to like cast the Fumigate. But then at that point it makes you wonder like what steps to take next. Like I got a lot of removal, which is pretty solid. I'm trying to figure out like what steps to take I should do next. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna Nature's Claim the Assemble, and then we'll see how it responds with on the kickback for the Mask dude, just in case he wants to swing at me, so I can basically just path it and respond. Oh, towards the Plowshares in response. He'd gain a good amount of life, but I'm wondering if he has a poison in the deck because you always wonder when people are playing like anything with like snakes or like neg counters if they're playing like poison counters, you know. Because if I do have the Fumigate, it's going to gain me a decent amount of life too, which is pretty awesome. Just getting his ramp on. It is turn 4, and he probably didn't draw a land this turn. Switches out a Bayou. Like I always say, it's always crazy seeing like the OG dual lands on MTGO. Like they're like a few bucks on MTGO or like for a few tickets, whatever, but then online, like in paper, it's like a bajillion dollars. Oh, he did it, but he had Tranquil Thicket. Oh, he just passes out. Alright, he just passes the turn. I'm kind of like not sure as to why. Like obviously you could send with the Amit, but alright, cast Cold's Mirror. Okay, pre-combat, let's resolve. I'm probably just gonna cast a Fumigate at this point. Obviously I'm gonna want to get a land, but the board's starting to stack up now. Just make it a little bit more wiggle room for the follow-up, depending on how I play things out. Because I haven't gotten any counters or anything yet, but it makes you wonder what I'm gonna follow up with if I don't get a land. But that's got pro wall colors, so I gotta watch out for that. And then Bruno are starting to get a little big too. Alright, he just passes through too. Interesting. There's no blue on the board, which is pretty awesome too. They literally we're just playing everything except for blue. Alright, he's only got 1 card in his hand too. Vandy's got 4, Zano's got 5. So basically Crazy is basically like out of gas. So if I do a Wrath, he'll basically just be starting the game all over for himself in a sense. I'm wondering if Zano's got a board wipe right now, because he might just. You never know with Boros. It'd be weird if he didn't swing first, though, if he doesn't have... Cast a Sword of Cauldra. Interesting. He's doing a quest for Cauldra. Let's see where he goes at it with me. So if he swings at me, obviously I'm going to, like, path it, swords it, but if he's going at one of the other two, It doesn't have trample though, so it's not really doing anything. So I don't think it'll actually go on anybody. Because obviously I'll just block it. Alright, just passes right through his turn. You don't have to worry about that. So I'm definitely going to use the Fumigate at this point. I did get a Hangerback Walker. I'm wondering now, it doesn't have trample. This would put out for 2. That would reduce the cost down for that, and I get the ball rolling at that point, because then once Hangerback... So I didn't get any lands to it, which is kind of upsetting. Yeah, I'm just going to have to do this right now. Alright, so I'm going to swing over at Crazy, because it has blockers. If I had drawn a land, I'd really consider certain things. But because of that, I got to think things over now. Yeah, second main, I'm going to just cast the Fumigate. Next got like a bunch of lands, too. Alright, so that brought everyone back down to reality. I'm going to wonder if I draw a guy with a 1/1 counter on him so I can start things rolling. Alright, he's probably going to recast his Sapatra. Yep, recast Sapatra. Alright, so my next turn I'm going to play out Hangerback Walker X2. Leaving up Swords. Is this like there's a generic, like, basic deck with like just random tokens? With Jorkadine as like the top end? It might very well be. I really hope it's vehicles. So I just saw the Saram come out now, so that's usually a sign of either like auras or vehicles. So I'm pretty stoked. 1 card on hand, just pass the turn out. He's got 6/7, so he might just recast his Bruner again. Nope, Rayav. Well, that would have been great in the last one. You know, double strike. Alright, he's definitely got Cauldron going there. I'll definitely want to keep up the swords just in case. Alright, that's coming over at me probably. Actually, no, it's Vandy. Interesting. I think Zano's probably afraid of all the bunch of snake tokens swinging over at him and then just killing off in one shot. That'd be my only guess. Okay, I got a Castle Garenbrig. I'm probably going to just do the same thing again, just because it makes the most sense. Because this would be X2, reducing it by 1. It's not going to really do much, but it might potentially get the ball rolling for the following. It's got 2 counters on it. This would cost 5. Alright, Blizzard Grim backwoods. I don't know why he wouldn't have targeted the Hangerback Walker, technically. Because that would have, like, done better overall. Bunch of little snacks tokens. Just pass through. He's not going to do anything with that. Back over at Zano. Let that resolve and just pass it around. I'm hoping that I do get some things with counters on him. So just like basically just start rolling down. The Soul of the Harvest is definitely going to help out. Alright. So puts a counter on my dude. That's fine. If my dude dies out, then at that point I'll just do something. I'll just probably just kill off the Hapatra again. That way it costs a hell of a lot more to go off. Yeah, so he just cracks it off. I'll just pass this turn. He's pretty much just top decking right now. Vandy's close to it at 4 cards in hand. And Zano is basically the same thing as well. The problem with like Boros decks is basically once you have like no cards in your hand after a board wipe, you're basically just sitting there waiting to play the game out, which is a little tough, but that's usually what happens. I'm assuming he's going to recast Bruner and then equip the Helm of Huldra on it because it'll give it haste. And then swing over into Vandy since Vandy's got a bigger board right now. Yep, recast Bruner. Let's see where it goes. It does have first strike with the Helm. That'd be the better equiption right now. Yep. Okay, does that. Does it have trample on it? It does have trample. Okay, so like I said, the best part would be to swing over at Vandy. And then puts the Mask of Memory on. I was thinking that Mask costs 2. Alright, is he going to swing with it, though? That's the questionable thing. I would assume he does. And over at me. Okay, well, sorry. Alright, does he have a follow-up to that? At this point, I'm probably just get the Soul of the Harvest out there. Because it just makes the most sense. Alright, that puts out the Soul of the Harvest. Potentially get some more value with the Hamza once I start digging deeper. Alright, that's there. I'm just going to buff this up because it just makes more sense. Because I know that the Vandy's going to do it again. So I got to watch out for that. I do have Hamza on the next turn, but again, it depends on what I draw for the rest of it. Let's just tap the rest down, just pass the turns. Just makes it the most easiest. Alright, let's see what goes down. I'm hoping that it betrays can get out pretty quick, but again, Hamza is still on the board. The biggest engine of the deck is a draw engine, similar to Soul of the Harvest or the Great Henge, once you get the actual Hamza out there. Alright, whenever creature enters the battlefield, it explores. That's another good card for this deck as well. Because you basically just keep exploring, counter, just like build up really quickly. It's pretty awesome. Alright, and then to crack it, just go look for some lands. So that's going to put a neg counter on my Hangerback Walker, probably, if not on the Gobbo token over here, just to kill that down. But he might reduce the power toughness on my Hangerback Walker. I got to keep it at least one, that way it has the most value for it. Alright, Zano's being attacked, obviously because it's a free attack. I always put it on my soul. Don't really mind that being a thing, because as long as it's still alive, that's what matters the most. I'd assume Jorkadine's coming out, but you never know. Yep, Jorkadine's out. Not really sure why Jorkadine's coming out so early, because things don't have... Unless you can get another artifact in the battlefield. Problem with Jorkadine is like it's only... So if they get +3, +0, like something else, or even like a little bit of a buff on the toughness, I'd be a little more understanding, but it's just like a straight up buff. So it's decent for a token build, but it's more so like a Thopter, if not Mir build, you know? Alright, back to Zano. Here's to drawing 2 creatures that cost like nothing on the next turn. I wonder if he's going to recast his Brunar again. It's going to cost 4 additional, so 6 more. Okay, Stone Hero Giant. Good card. Definitely a good card to play out. Because basically you have to look for an enchantment. I mean, equipment to put on creature after creature after creature. I'm wondering what he'll do with that. Because he knows he can't swing at me, because obviously I'll just block it, but we'll see. Alright, does not. I got a Selesnya Sanctuary. Alright, let's just get down Hamza. Tap it right. So 1, 2, white, green. And I'll float 1, you know? Depending on what I draw. Why the hell not, you know? 1, 2, 3. That enters the battlefield. Always yes. Always yield. Draws a forest. On the path of discovery. Alright, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This costs 1 less, which is 11 still. Alright, we have a Falcon Wrath Noble. So a little bit of back end of Aristocrats. This is a common thing. So I'm going to imagine what the Stone Hero Giant is going to get later on. Oh, interesting. Be your upkeep. Okay, so that's going to kill out my Soul of the Harvest next turn. So I got to watch out for that. This turn's 5 into 6. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we get. Alright. Kaldra is on the field. Alright. Wondering what's going to happen now. Alright, creates a counter token. Which I think the art on this is just the most awkward thing ever. Like, they couldn't have done anything, like, better than this. Like, the helmet's, like, the most awkward one. Like, it doesn't look like the helmet at all. The sword, the shield do at least, but, like... Alright, he's gonna probably just equip this to this dude anyway, just to get more value out of it. Alright, we have a 9/9 First Strike, Haste, Indestructible, and Trampli. Alright, Vandy's saying he's in danger. I would assume so, because he's getting a bunch of stuff on him. Now that Calder's out there, there's a good chance it's going to go through. But again, it is 9, so it's going to take several swings to go through, depending on what the Stone Hero Giant on the following turn will go through. So he drew 2 with the Mask of Memory, which is definitely going to help him out right now because he's got 5 cards in hand because of it. Discards at a Braid. All right. Oh, that art's awesome from the new set. That's definitely pretty awesome. I'll definitely like that. All right, let's see what I draw. Because he's now at 27. On the following kickback, depending on where it's at, he might just go off with that. All right, so got the Catharos Crusade, which I kind of want to use, obviously. Okay, so let's just get it out there. Cast the Sanctuary, bringing back the Command Tower, just for the hell of it. All right, so if the dude dies, it will help. So I'll leave that there to potentially start buffing all these dudes up and see what happens. Okay. Because it does have stuff on it. Okay, fine. Because if that dies, it'll be 3 triggers on everything, buffing them all up. Alright, there goes my Sword of the Harvest, dude. Saw that coming by a mile away. Yeah, it's fine. I'm going to always yield that just because it just makes sense. So Vandy's probably, like, right now, obviously, Xano is his Vandy's direct target. So I'm wondering if he just, like, strings points the fuck around noble targets at him. Oh, it pings it at me? Interesting. I get it, but still. I'd rather he not. Alright. So, oh, okay. That's good, but bad at the same time. Okay, so he's played Evolutionary Leap. No blockers. He's probably gonna put the target on the Hangerback Walker, which just makes sense, but because he can't do anything with that. How much is going over at? I hope he spreads the love personally. I don't know why he swung over at that. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense because obviously he's got first strike on the dude. I don't think he realized that at first strike. Okay, that's fine. I'm not really getting why he's pinging me with the Falcon Wrath, no, but obviously I'm probably the highest life, that's my assumption. Alright, where's the counter gonna go? Counter's gonna go on. Okay, sweet. The Stone Hewer Giant. That's good for me, because that means my Hamza's still alive. Pings me again. I'm just gonna always yield to this. Always yield to that. Let's see what he reveals. What the hell is this? Carnifex Demon? Oh, that's straight. And then Dusk Urchins is casting. Yep. Attacks your luck, put a 1/1 counter on it. When it dies, draw a card for each counter on it. Okay. That's pretty cool. Ah, there we go. There's our vehicle started. Get your engines started. The thing is that these, like, it costs 4 to cast it, then 3 to crew it. Yes, you're getting a 5/5 for 4, but it's not though. You're getting a 5/5 for like almost 7 because you got to accrue it at the same time. You know. He has got Metalcraft, which is pretty solid. Attacks on top of her. Sure. Yep, that's fine. He may just pass the turn, but I'm not sure. All right, goes back to Xano's turn. Or even maybe flying or infect. Because infect would definitely screw him, you know. This is the last time he's going to have the Stone Hero Giant, because obviously the Crumbling Ashes is going to target the Stone Hero Giant and destroy it. Alright, we have a Tenza Goda's Maul. It's +1 was so. And, oh, it's just a giant dude now. I don't really know why. It's +3/+3, don't get me wrong, but like, that's the best you could search for, dude? It's a little weird, you know? Alright, 6 mana. Maybe a Wrath. Alright, no Warhammer. Alright, so now it's gonna have like lifelink too, so. Ouch. Alright, now it is a 15/12 First Strike Haste. Indestructible lifelink trigger. Probably going to Vandy. My guess, but it could be going to me because you never know. Alright. Yep, it's being attacked by me. I'm gonna block, jump, and then dip. Alright, put this here. Declare attackers. Before combat resolves. Put a counter on it. And build a bench of dudes. Won't take a massive hit, but it is what it is. That triggers. It's fine that I exiled it because that's just whatever. Oh no, it's not going to trigger the stack because he's going to put that on the bottom, obviously. Son of the bee! He stacked it wrong. He did not trigger the sword first. Just gonna put a bunch of triggers on dudes. Alright, it's another a little larger. I have 8, 16, 20 damage. Okay. Alright, and then this triggers in the stack that dies / exiles it, but it was already dead, so he didn't trigger that the proper way. Alright, so 4 creatures that cost 4 less. Alright, Conclave Mentor comes out. Alright. Conclave Mentor. Sanctuary. Boop and boop. Put these 2 dudes out there. This costs 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have just enough. It that betrays. Alright, so 8 times 3 is 24 plus 12. I'll just swing over at Zano just because he knows he's the target. Alright, gets him down to 17 with 12 commander damage. Alright, it's going to destroy this dude. Yield to that. I'm fully open now, so obviously I'm probably going to die, but I brought the dude down. Well, not fully, because I have the Conclave Mentor and the It that Betrays. Yeah, they're probably just all going at me right now. Yep. Yeah, I'm not going to block the snakes. On each other creature, it's going to kill off a bunch of the board. On each other creature. It's going to kill off all these dudes, though. But it's going to make a fudge ton of snakes. That's the thing. Yeah, it's a lot of triggers. Alright, so all the Falconwrath Noble triggers are at me. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's supposed to be 22. It's a 14, dude. He can't trigger it again, which is pretty solid, which is good at least, you know. The lifelink is definitely going to screw us, you know. It's got a board full of snakes, though. Alright, and now it's Crazy's turn. We've got several 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 snakes. Which will become another 18 on top of that, so we got to watch out for that. I would probably be dead at that point, but again, we got to figure it out. Crazy's got 4 cards in hand. These alt dudes fly. That's at least some damage there. There was that, so we get Return to Dust on a couple of things. That killed off that, so it's no longer indestructible, but that was great deck play on that one. Obviously, now his Jorkadine can survive the kickback on the Crumbling Ashes trigger. Alright, he's going to pass out the turn. I'm assuming it's going to come at me. It's 14 damage, but if he does, I'll just swing back and he'll die. I'll put him at 31. But this is enough to kill him right there with my Hamza and my 3 birds. You gotta watch out for the next turn, basically, because the Carnifex demon's gonna just, like, wrath, like, me, basically. So I gotta watch out for that. Alright, he's got the double damage now. Joy. Equips this to this. Makes a copy of something. What is it a copy? Alright, so he copies it. No, it's double. He's probably gonna swing at me, obviously, at this point now, so I don't see why he doesn't see any value. Oh, he does go for Vandia. Shit, I didn't see that. Alright, Snake is dead. Oh, snap. He's gonna block everything on the board, obviously, to, like, get the damage to it. It has the first strike, but it's double damage, so it's one of those weird ones. But it's double, so it's even worse. I'd love to see how this goes, because he's actually dead, Because the first strike. No, first strike would be 14 life. Okay, never mind. I'm thinking like if he didn't have the lifelink on it, it would have been killed him out. But we'll see. He's probably gonna just kill the damage at me. All right, blockers are declared. That's a lot of triggers. All right, all the triggers have been targeted towards me. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 triggers at my face. He's at 73. Not sure as to why the trample triggers did not go over. Oh, because he... Alright, he went up to 53. After that. Okay, so that did literally nothing. That did nothing. Okay, so... Have we gone in anywhere? A land. Naturally a land, you know? Oh, I forgot that he has commander damage, so it doesn't make a difference. He's a copy of whatever, doesn't make a difference. Attack damage, dead. No blocks, and then these just go away. Alright, I put him out, but I'm still ways ahead of, like, getting over. Alright, that knocks him down. Now it's just Vandy crazy myself, but I'm probably just dead to Vandy either way because of Falcon Mouth. That's game. Well, no, because he doesn't have he has a sack outlet. If he got a... What's it called? The Phyrexian Altar, then he would have had infinite, I believe. Removes a counter from everything. I just take a lot. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 counters on this. 7, 8. It's exactos. Son of a bee. Oh, it attacks. I got a counter. So that flies into 6. Son of a butt. Dude's got exact mundos. Ah, that's crazy. I'm wondering though if Carney's gonna swing in, you know? Because Carnifex is what's gonna kill me right then and there, but I don't know if he's actually gonna do it, you know? And there goes the Falcon pointing at me. Alright, puts a counter on things, makes things massive now. That dude's gonna be huge. Alright, I'm gonna auto yield to this. Because the Ivy Lane Dance is not gonna put a bunch of counters on the Carnifex, and then Carney's gotta just go crazy. Okay. So that's a really big guy. He's now a 16-16, presumptively swinging over at me, and it's swinging at me, and I'm at 2. Alright, I saw the dog, good game. Yeah, that dude definitely did some serious work, you know? The Carnifex definitely reset the entire board state with everything on there. Good game, seriously. Now I'm assuming Craze has no follow-up unless he has a Wrath. That's my thought process of that one. Alright, I'm gonna give it to Vandy. Alright, Vandy has lost connection, but I'm assuming at this point I'll just give it to Vandy. Alright, solid game. Vandy definitely kicked some ass on that one. Thanks for watching.